Welcome back to another episode of Hit or Glitch, Edge of Creation. So, we survived surveying the area, and that was impressive.
Oh, man.
Only one poor crow had to give its life. Probably a crow.
Probably a crow. Maybe a raven.
Might have been a magpie.
A finch.
Just a little,
Maybe it was a swallow.
little house finch. Weighs about 3 ounces. Somehow he toadstool jumps off of it. Alright. So the you guys were headed towards the other house you saw?
Yeah.
Yep. Question.
Yes.
Did we see him do that to the bird?
Yes.
Why did you kill the bird?
Why did I kill the bird?
There was no need.
Yeah, no, there was. I didn't want to die.
You wouldn't have.
Yeah, I still don't trust you, though.
Don't do it again.
Uh-huh. Yeah, next time, when it's either a choice of feeding you food or using a bird as a sacrifice in order to save other lives, I won't use the bird and let you all die. Got it. Anyways, the house. It's over here.
You didn't use the bird to feed anyone.
No.
It'll feed their neighborhood cat.
And that cat will feed that dog.
You're gonna
Dog
say he
will
doesn't
feed-
like cats.
The dog will feed that family, maybe.
And then a bird will eat them all. He doesn't like cats or dogs or horses.
No. Anyways, so we head over to the house. Is it like an abandoned house or what?
No, this house, what's that house? No, this house is actually sort of a boarding house kind of thing, so it's more long-term housing, but still like you're paying somebody
Communal.
for. Yeah. And
I'm gonna climb up to the roof.
okay. You immediately draw a lot of stairs.
I'll if it looks like we can just enter the boarding house, I'll just go in. If it looks like it's set up that you should really knock. Like, or if there's an office.
There
for the
is
boarding house.
there's like a main room, almost like an inn type
Yeah.
style room, where the residents generally communally eat at,
Cool.
and so you can walk in there. You can smell bread cooking,
Sweet.
baking.
I'm going to find a place to sit. If there's a group of people, I'll join a group of
Not
people.
really right now. And the
Okay.
room's empty right now.
Okay.
So you climb the roof.
Yep.
It's a thatch roof.
Okay, so I stay on the supports.
Okay.
Do I see the hole?
Yeah.
Is it an actual hole or is it a black mark?
There's a little bit. It looks like it's they've taken away some of the like burned thatch, and are in the process of like repairing it, but it hasn't been finished yet.
Can I get in to the room?
Pull apart the thatch.
At that. Oh, it's the only part of like
But
it's not a whole
it's not a
section?
big hole. It's like, I mean, the hole itself was probably only about that big. But they've taken away some of it around there, on the top, but the under layers weren't as badly damaged.
It was probably wet or under snow when I got struck, so there wasn't a whole lot of damage.
Can I look in?
It's going to be kind of awkward to do so, but you can do it. You're just kind of like holding out up here and then down here to try to.
Well, with prehensile feet and
Yeah.
ambidextrous.
That's what I said.
and
You can.
having the
do
climbing
it.
specialty.
It's just awkward. And people are going to see your feet sticking over the edge of the roof.
Okay.
But yeah, you lean in, look in. Let's see. You see an empty bed frame.
So there's no mattress?
No mattress.
So no one's staying in this room anymore.
Not right now.
Yeah, seems that way.
Okay, so I'll
But
go in.
directly below is the bed frame. Oh, you'll go through the roof in?
Yeah.
Okay, so pull the thatch aside and go in. Yeah, you leave a lot. You knock a lot of thatch down with you, but you get in and let's start looking around. There is. It seems to be a. I mean, it's better than a hotel room, so it's fairly nice. It's got a wardrobe with a mirror. There is a big chest in the one side of the room, and the room otherwise seems fairly empty right now, as if there hasn't been anybody living in here, or everything that was here has been packed in that trunk.
Okay, I open the trunk.
Okay. It was
Teeth
filled.
form and it swallows you.
It was a mimic. It's actually locked.
Okay, I open the chest.
Make a strength athletics roll. And this can be a feat of strength.
7 enough?
Um,
Or do I need...
it still is pretty tricky because there's not good grips for this, but after a bit and probably cutting your finger a little bit on it as it kind of crumbles under the strain, you're able to force it open, but you actually break one of the hinges doing so.
I'm okay with that.
There's no way you're going to put this back together and no one's going to notice, kind of thing. Also, it makes a loud, like, popping sound. Yeah.
Okay.
Inside, let's see what will be on the topmost.
Do the contents of it go spilling out everywhere?
They get dislodged a little bit, but no, not spilling everywhere. You put the heaviest things in the bottom, generally. So, actually, what you're seeing on top is a couple of dress shirts.
Okay.
Male dress shirts.
I'll kind of dig deeper.
They are like white pressed kind of things.
Yeah, I'm just putting the
as
dress
you-
shirts aside and looking deeper.
As you get in, you come to uniforms, like military uniforms.
Told you it was from the palace.
And really quickly figure out, yeah, this was probably some level of officer in the White Wall Army.
Okay.
And
the
if you
palace
keep
people
digging,
are
you'll
doing that.
eventually find his officer sword.
Because he knew too much, and so the palace had to cut him out.
It makes perfect sense.
To anybody except for those with a brain.
All right. Anyway, back downstairs. You're coming in, looking around. There's several tables set up, each with individual chairs. They're all in, and Yeah, this is very straight and clean lines and everything. And there's like a head table set to one side, and then
We'll go to that one.
okay. The tables are clear right now, so there's really nothing on them. But the wood is in pretty good shape.
Well, does the head table have a good view of the room? Like a staircase coming
It's closer
in?
to the fireplace, and you could sit on like it's the tables are set like this, except the head table's set like that,
Okay.
so you can sit on one side of it and look at the rest of the room.
That's good.
And the kitchens are off to the left.
Okay.
From the entry, from the doorway in, the kitchen's off to the left.
I will take out my flask.
Okay.
And sort of put out in front of me. And
And I will sit next to him and pull out the pipe that I never gave back.
As you're sitting down and pulling out the flask, you hear a pop coming from upstairs.
Yeah, we'll go see.
thank you.
Smoke the pipe. I pass him the pipe and go upstairs.
As you're going upstairs, you hear let's see, wait. Nope, they wouldn't be there. Yeah, you come up the stairs, and as you turn into like, there's like a little bit of a hallway here at the top of the stairs. You see a woman,
Mhm.
younger woman, who has a big old bed sheet under her arms and is looking towards one of the doors.
Under her arms, leaning out of a door.
No, like yeah, she's like
As if she's
cleaning
covering up. Oh, she's
no,
cleaning.
no, she has her clothes on.
Okay.
She's just like holding like a wad.
She's a cleaning lady.
Yes.
Okay. Walk upstairs. Nod. Go over to the door where I heard it.
That she's looking at.
Yeah.
She
Knock, knock,
kinda
knock.
backs up a bit and like gets her distance from you.
Knock, knock, knock.
There's a knock at the door.
I grab the uniform and the sword and leave.
To the roof.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
gonna get caught.
Okay. You hear inside a like loud creaking sound,
Mhm.
and then sort of the kind of sound you would hear if like straw were hitting the floor.
I'll
So
just
there's
head
like
back to
there's
the
like
house.
there's like a floof kind of a sound, and then you hear like, I mean, you're pretty perceptive. You're hearing like
Yeah. He's gone. Okay. Do you know whose room this was? And that is?
that was the fellow who died. Murdered in his sleep. Well, struck by lightning in his sleep.
Do you know his name?
It was what's the low-ranking officer? Not captain. Lieutenant, maybe. Yeah. Depends on what kind of naming conventions they have. We'll go with lieutenant. That was Lieutenant Smith.
So a unique name.
Did you know him at all? You talk to him? You have many visitors?
They sometimes bring home ladies.
Right. Anybody I can talk to about that?
You would need to talk to the
About a lady?
No, about.
You need to talk to the mistress of the house. She's downstairs
Either
in the
that
kitchen,
answer would make sense for
and
either
she
way.
kind of
I
like
just
starts
don't
backing
know.
away and goes into one of the rooms.
Thank you. I'm gonna go back downstairs. So lieutenant's room. That's where the lightning struck. I'm guessing Siku ran away with whatever he found inside. Sit down. Pass the pipe.
It's on the table in front of me.
So after you jump out of the roof, what do you do?
Head back to the house.
So you land in the middle of the street. People look at you and then look away and walk away. Didn't see anything.
I was not here. I did not even get up this morning.
You do see some of them like, and then they like
I'll just smile.
back off,
and move.
and you can see them running over towards
The guards.
somewhere important, I guess.
It's fine.
It's fine. I'm sure nothing will happen.
They're on official business.
So you go inside. The door's difficult to get through.
No, he's going back to our house.
Oh, back to your house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. After a minute or two, you hear footsteps coming from the kitchen. The door opens and the smell of baking bread gets stronger. At which point, a lady who has an apron on that's covered in flour comes walking in, like carrying. Let's see, she's trying to get set up. Yeah, probably carrying. No, maybe she wouldn't be doing. So no, this is a younger lady comes in carrying plates, and looks over and. Can I help you?
Well, I hope so.
We're looking for the mistress of the house.
I'll get her. She turns around and goes back in the kitchen, forgetting that keeping the plates with her. And a minute later, out comes an older lady. Her hair's like tied up in a bun, and she has an apron on too that's also covered in flour. And she comes in with a stern look on her face and turns to look. Can I help you?
I hope so. I don't mean to take you away from your work. It smells delicious, by the way. In fact, I'm thinking about buying dinner for everybody tonight.
We don't serve the public. This is a boarding house.
Oh, I understand that. But I'm interested in a, I guess, former tenant.
You'll have to take any questions to the constabulary. They have
Put some money on the table.
They have all the information you would need.
Okay. Just a quick question then. How long had the lieutenant been here? And have you had any weird goings on? And when I say that, I'm looking to see if she gets uncomfortable, if
Nothing weird going on today.
like if she knows something and then tightens up. Yeah, so I'm just
She give me a judge intentions. And she basically said, and she's like I said, you'll have to take any questions to the constabulary. I don't make it a business to speak about my tenants.
5, 6.
Yeah, when you say weird goings on, like she gets nervous and just like, oh God, what am I into now kind of feeling. And then like closes that down. Like she seems to have herself under pretty good control. But you're that good that you can see through that. It's very brief and very minute, but you see it. And then there's definitely a note of fear. Like, oh no, what now? Kind of a fear.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that, nothing got left out. I know sometimes people who stay in boarding houses don't like to talk to authorities. And I just wanted to see if anything was missed. I'm sort of helping the city in an unofficial capacity.
You're helping. So you're part of the investigation.
So
Yes and no. The investigation that has bearing on what I'm attempting to do. Yes.
I've told everything that I know, and the investigators did a thorough job of talking to everyone here. You'll have to take it to them. They know more than I do. Wasn't even here at the time.
And you didn't have any strange goings on beforehand?
The men here are model citizens. I have had no trouble with them.
I mean, a guardsman from the palace, so yeah, I guess so. My apologies. I know you don't serve the public, but is it possible that I could get a loaf of bread? Some butter, please. I didn't get much to eat today, and I've been digging through, well, lots of things. This is my change of clothes.
Make a charisma persuasion roll.
Is this cutting a deal?
I guess.
Ooh.
One.
Two.
Two.
Anti
Let's see.
Yeah, I know, right?
Resolve is based off of. It's, shoot. Wits plus integrity. She has pretty good wits and she has good integrity.
Yeah.
She's not gonna say anything. So no, not quite enough.
Yep.
It was close. Like she is a. But
I take most of the money, but leave a little bit on the table, and then tap him on the shoulder.
she turns around and goes back in the kitchen when you guys start to leave. Well, she waits for you to leave.
Yeah.
And then turns around and goes back in the kitchen. You can see as you're leaving, she's doing the same.
Okay.
So, yeah. Either go find a Siku and find out what he found, or go and, like she said,
Constantine's not going to be happy. I'll have to smooth things over.
maybe I should get a closer look at that room and see what I can find.
No, I think it's that bridge is burned.
Okay.
You going in there now is only going to put you in danger of discovery.
Well, you could also give me a piece of paper. Okay. So, off we go.
That says we're okay to look around.
He could always take that piece of paper with him, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides, that had nothing to do with this incident. That had to do.
What kind of view of the palace does this place have?
I mean,
You can
because of
see it
how,
up there?
Yeah, how high up it is, it's nearly visible from every part of the city, unless you're like right next to a house that's in between you and it. So, yeah, but the place where this strike is on the southeast corner of the house. Well, not the corner, but it's southeast side of the house. So not a very good. This does not front towards the palace at all. Are there any other tall buildings?
Yeah.
Not really any taller than this one in the area, no.
I'm going to activate my keen sight technique again.
Okay. How much does it cost? Oh,
3.
You're gonna okay.
Doing it for the scene is inexpensive. And I'm basically going to be scanning the cliff face that goes up to the palace
Mhm.
for signs of any sort of large bird perch.
Okay. Make a perception plus investigation roll. There are some trees big enough to have large birds in them, but they look um, like they are like kept in good shape. So they're not like, oh yeah, there's a big branch sticking out or something like that. There's nothing to indicate
Well,
they
like
would
like
be.
a like just like a ledge that would be big enough for a bird to perch
I
on.
mean, the wall. You perch all kinds of things up there on that wall. That
Yeah.
thing's pretty dang wide.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be perching on the wall.
Yeah. Beyond that, no. Like you're not seeing anything that would give you that indication. I mean, it's not like you have a specialty in
Yeah.
Bird watching.
birds watching or something like that. Yeah,
Uh,
that would be an amazing specialty to take yourself though. Yes, I have an awareness
What
especially
was-
in bird watching.
the tallest building in this part of the city. Did you see it when you went up? Where is it?
There is a tower northeast of you. They're spread throughout the city, and they seem to be most of them are related to the town watch, although some of them have been privately owned. But there's not a lot of towers really in the city. There are more like on the northeast part of the city. And there are, but like again, part of the problem with towers is they have to have a like sharp
Yeah.
pointed roof on them, or they end up getting buried in snow, which is the same kind of problem that every building here faces.
Yeah.
And yeah, so from that where that hole is in the roof, you couldn't see the palace. You would guess like the angle's just wrong for it.
When I get to the place, I'm gonna hide the uniform and the sword in my bed, the pile of hay that I
Your nest.
sleep on.
Yeah, just be careful when you're tossing and turning it. Like,
And then I'm going to go up to his room and wait for him. And have I'm going to leave a message with one of his servants to let him know that when he gets here, to let him know that, or I'm actually going to send one of his servants to find him to tell him that I've figured everything out and I need him to come back so that we can plan how to save the city from civil war.
okay. The guy's eyes get really big,
And I'm
he's
also
like,
going to tell him
right
to tell
away,
the other guy I want my pipe back.
the one that they have.
Yeah, I'm going to tell him I want my pipe back.
One of those. Okay. And he actually goes outside and saddles a horse.
You need
the
to go
palanquin
and
that
find
you
your
took
master,
did
because
you
we need
just
to
hire
plan
one?
how to
You just
protect the
hired a
city from
palanquin?
the civil
Okay.
war. Also,
We'll walk back.
get my pipe back.
And also, I need my pipe.
One more thing.
One more thing! Ducky! Okay.
And then I'll wait in his room for him.
Yep. Did you tell? He's like, do you know where he is?
I'll tell him the last place we were looking, where where the attack was, not about the boarding house. I'll just say he's in that area.
Okay. Yeah, he runs out, saddles a horse, and you hear him galloping off.
Good.
So you guys are walking back. You actually hear a horse galloping past you on a different street. People don't usually gallop in the city proper.
It's of utmost importance.
I'll take a good look.
You're like in the middle of a block when you hear it on the other side of this block going that way.
We should check it out.
People don't gallop.
People don't gallop in the middle of the city. It's dangerous. And you do hear like, hey, get out of my way. What are you doing? Kind of yells as the galloping goes past.
Yeah, I'll find an alley and run across to the next block and
Yeah,
take a
you
gander.
look over. Hey, that looks like one of your horses. Oh, yep, and that's one of your guys on its back. And he's galloping along the street in the direction that you just came from.
Let's go. To the house.
It's the house. Are you gonna pick up the pace?
Yes.
Alright,
Wait, you're not going to get the message?
Nope.
Just go to the source.
I love it when a plan comes together.
No, I'm not gonna whistle after him. I'm not gonna chase him down. I don't want anyone to know that he is connected to me at the moment. We have done enough to call attention to ourselves in this little excursion. Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know what.
breaking into buildings. I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea what you're talking about.
You are definitely playing.
As a
about
friend of mine
this.
likes to say. You make it back to the house.
You know, I didn't hear you object to me.
It doesn't seem to be on fire. There's no soldiers around. The door isn't knocked down. The windows aren't shot out. Does seem to be in a okay shape, minus the horse.
And servant.
You come through the door. One of your servants comes, looks up, and oh, good, you got the message.
Yes, of course I did.
Siku is up in your room,
Oh, this is gonna be great.
and everybody in the room seems pretty nervous.
Wait. Before we go in, how much you want to bet it's something about destruction to the entire city? Something completely over dramatized.
Well, it's definitely about the destruction of the city. I mean, that's what we're working on here.
But he's gonna throw it out of proportions.
Nope, it'll be exactly in proportion.
Hmm.
You just don't see big picture.
And I don't gamble. You shouldn't either. And I go upstairs.
That's the guy who is about hating gambling if he wants to make a bet. Either he's going to save you or you're going to corrupt him.
There is mechanics for eroding away intimacies.
It's called hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, follow him to the room.
There's Siku.
I'm just sitting back, leaning against the wall.
Oh, as I'm passing, I tell the person who normally cooks, yeah, for the guy who sent the message, make sure when he gets back he eats something good. He's going to be tired. So, what do you got for us, Siku?
Yep, come in, shut the door.
Yeah.
I've got it all figured out.
Really?
So, we know there's an enemy in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is what's going on. Your friend, the arsonist, is working with someone in the palace. That person is the main enemy. Probably Passion or one of Passion's people. And they've been sending out the lightning bird to kill people that are getting too close. Such as the soldier that they killed in the inn. Because they found out and needed to be taken care of before they told anybody.
Mm-hmm.
The argument that I heard about, having to leave town was because of this last hit. There was 2 hits in one night. Things were just spiraling out of control for them. We have got to break into the palace, find this person, and put an end to it.
I pull out your pipe and start tapping it.
Thank you.
First of all,
I see you got the message.
the lizard. You forgot about him.
There's your pencil back.
The
Not
lizard.
the pipe, just
Yeah,
the pencil.
yeah. The lizard. You kind of forgot to mention him. First of all.
Okay, first of all, the lizard and the bird are tools used by the clothes guy and the people.
Second of all,
Animals aren't methodical like that on their own.
Second of all, what proof do you have? And third of all, what you found in the room? And fourth of all, that's a nice pipe.
In reverse order. Thank you. Uniform and his officer's sword.
We kind of figured out he was there just by asking questions without breaking into a room. And thanks for destroying the room. I can't research
I
anything about
didn't
it.
destroy the room.
Well, we certainly can't enter it anymore now with that people asking too many questions.
Who said you can't enter the room?
I did.
Did you even try?
No.
Like I said, without people asking too many questions.
Constantine wanted us to be.
Secretive.
Yes.
Well, he's the one telling guards in the middle of the street there was a lightning bird attack in front of citizens. That wasn't me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember when I told you to shut up and then when they tried to get the guards to take us in?
I thought that was because you're ugly.
No.
It's totally because
Okay.
you kind of get it.
And also, why are you getting on me about breaking into a place? Don't you do that all the time?
Of course not. I am a law-abiding citizen that never gets caught doing anything.
There has to be a deception check.
So make a see it's
Well, I would be making a check against his guile, right?
yeah.
What do I make?
So it is
Perception socialize.
yeah.
Do I get a bonus dice because I know him?
Let's see. Has he ever done anything larceny? Well, yeah, he stole the hats off of your
He was
back.
stealing hats. He was cheating at cards. He was
Sure. You
Yeah.
get a plus one on this.
plus what?
Plus one.
All right.
Because you weren't always aware of when he was stealing your hats.
Yeah. Because he can succeed
One.
without rolling anything.
No, he's a law-abiding citizen, totally. Apparently only steals from you.
He only steals from friends.
And this is why most people hate Kenders.
What are you talking about? You're like one of the best characters or best races ever.
If you play them right and don't use them as an excuse to be an asshole to the other party members.
That is true. A Kender played in an actual game by actual people sucks.
Anyways.
And so, yeah, we should make plans and get into the palace tonight.
We're not going to do that. And I appreciate your initiative. And you're thinking outside the box. But
Wait, there's a box.
But you haven't spent a lot of time among people, Siku.
Yeah, no, this is the first town that hasn't almost immediately run me out.
So I'm asking you to trust me when I tell you that I'm pretty sure you're wrong. And before you hurt anything, to ask me first. If it has wings and blows fire, you can kill it without asking.
How about orb?
So what, you're going to
Just
start
yes.
killing all the
Or-
birds in town?
Okay, or. Yes.
No, but the flying thing didn't breathe fire. It breathed lightning. It
Well,
was
how
the
do you know it
lizard thing.
breathed the lightning? Maybe it shot lightning.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay,
Should I throw you back up and see if you can find it?
what sort of communication do you have with your hellspawn?
My what?
Your hellspawn.
My what?
Your hellspawn.
My what?
Skooma.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But why male models?
They're in the computer. Can it be scouting for us and alert you that something is in the sky?
He's a lordless guy, certainly.
Okay. That's what it needs to do.
All right, I will tell him. Where'd you put the sword and the uniform?
Don't worry about it. They're secure.
They're in his bed.
I immediately leave to my bed. Nope, not there.
Darn, my bed's usually a really great hiding spot. Oh wait, everyone knows where my bed is this time. Usually no one knows where my bed is.
And I will sit with my back against the wall and stuff behind my back still hidden. Nope, it's sitting on my bed. Nope, it's not here. Go. Get off my bed.
So, well, it's just the two of us in the room. So, what do you want to do? Other than me getting my friends to help out.
You're probably not going to like this. But I have a feeling they're hunting other solars.
And why wouldn't I like that? That's like
Because
common
the
every-
part that comes next is we're going to use ourselves as bait.
You use yourself as bait, and I'll watch from a distance. See ya. And I will go out and try to get in contact with Sova. On my way out, point to you and go, he's insane.
After he leaves, I will get the uniform and the sword and take it up to him and say, see, here's the stuff. And give it to him.
So at this point, I'm almost tempted to have every one of you guys take a minor intimacy of your group here is insane. Nope, because every one of you has said the same.
I have never accused him of being insane.
I've never accused anyone of being insane. Of being a thief. Because he is.
In a totally non-provable way.
I'm gonna use frugal merchant method,
Okay.
and
Judge the value of these.
yeah,
The uniform is in pretty good shape.
is it a whole uniform?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Will it fit me?
What's your relative height? Height, weight, Captain.
6'1", I think. 5'10". Somewhere in there. I don't remember. Exactly.
Average-ish.
For the north, yeah,
What's your weight?
A lot.
probably 100.
Yours is.
Maybe 180 pounds.
It's gonna be a bit loose around the chest.
Okay, so the guy was built.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's easier to pad
Yeah.
something than to squeeze into something.
But
Okay.
yeah, he's relatively the same height as you, minus 1 or 2 inches.
Okay.
Yeah. Give or take. You're about average height for the north. This guy was maybe a little bit taller, but not by much. So he
Okay.
might be 6'2". So it won't look fitted up to you if you wear it. But
Yeah. At least at night, in the dark,
sure.
from a distance, I will appear to be in military
The
uniform.
sword is standard issue, more or
Mass
less.
produced.
Yeah, it's not in great. It's in good condition. Not perfect condition, but it's in good condition. It's not like it got rust spots on it or anything.
Looking at the blade, does it have like use marks? Is the edge chipped? Or is this basically he wore it as part of his uniform and that's about it?
In the north, you're
Using it.
there's no
Probably,
ceremonial. There is, but they're very few and far between. So no, it's been used.
Okay.
It's not like seen extensive use, but it's definitely been resharpened after being used before.
Okay.
On what? Who knows? But it's like his sidearm kind of thing, as well as his part of his uniform.
Yeah.
If he he likely has other weapons, but they're not here.
Yeah.
If he was going into battle, he would have a shield and all that.
If we're hunting, I need a bow.
Mm-hmm.
I find rocks work good.
Also now
I need
you
a little more help.
The rocks I can throw aren't big enough. Um,
I will put this uniform in my trunk.
Okay.
And head out to procure bow or crossbow, whichever one I can find.
all right, Tim, how far are you going to contact Sola? Because you have you can call Sola from any distance.
Would I be able to express the idea of what I want him to do from a distance?
That's a little like you could get it like come to me immediately. You could get make a picture of a mountain in your mind, and it might go to the nearest mountain. You could get general ideas, but nothing complex. So like patrol the city looking for a lightning shooting bird, and continue to do so all night.
Okay.
That one might be tricky.
How about express come to me at night stealthily?
Yeah, that one you could easily communicate.
Yeah.
So like you just have a picture in your mind of the night, and it flying up to you.
Yeah.
And then where do you want it to fly up to you at?
I will, since you don't know that I like it, I'll express in that area that's blocked off by the guards.
The house that got burned?
That four houses, yeah, in
Okay.
an alley near there.
Okay.
Because less people to see because it's being blocked off.
Okay.
Potentially.
Yeah, you can do that.
What? It's like midday, right?
Yeah, at this point it's about lunchtime. By the time you guys get back and have this conversation.
So yeah, instead of going out to him, I'll express that to him, and then go find something to eat.
There's that corner bar that you went
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, so I'm going there.
Okay. Sit down, order some food. You sit down and order some food. You get some mead or ale.
Mead.
Okay.
Mead.
While you wait. As you're sitting down, you get your perception kind of triggers that there's somebody walking up behind you,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't get any kind of danger from them, just that they are coming towards you.
Keep drinking, and they're watching this hand.
Yeah.
My other hand going towards the dagger, and I'll just hold it. I'm not like reaching, not like I'm pulling it out or drawing it. Just the fact that my hand's on it.
What is your guile?
My guile is 4. 4.
A gentleman sits down next to you. Says that won't be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And you recognize him as being Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Yep. He was the one that helped get the salt.
Oh yeah. That was quite a while ago. Sorry, I forgot his name.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
While I'm not procuring a bow, I'm going to go pay for what I need to pay for.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What can I do for you?
Because I bought the salt on credit.
Heard you were back in town.
Mm-hmm. Got back last night, I suppose.
Yes. Was wondering when you might check in. The was a sizable purchase.
Oh yeah. They'll probably be with you. Don't worry. If you want, I can take you to meet him now.
Perhaps. I mean, don't have to leave your lunch for it.
Oh, thank you.
So, how did it go? Successful merchant trip?
I suppose. I'm not much into that thing. I just guard the stuff mostly.
Yeah, of course.
But from what I can tell, you've got Maybe not as much as he was hoping, but enough to at least pay off his debts.
That's good to hear.
I think he got a bit of a profit.
Also good to hear. You heard about the goings on in the city since you left?
Fiery dragons and thundering birds, or something like that.
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, there does seem to be something of a conflict going on.
Mm-hmm. What's your take on it?
There's definitely something afoot. I make it my business to keep my ear to the ground.
Always wise.
Definitely sense a conflict coming. He looks up at the palace. The dogs of the gods are out in force. Someone will have to be brought to justice soon. The people are in a panic.
Mm-hmm. And that's the $1,000,000 question now, isn't it? Who?
Yes. That is important. But also, why? He orders
Ale.
yeah, he orders an ale. Dark ale.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Why would some kind of mindless beast breathing fire all over the place or striking with lightning be attacking with such pinpoint accuracy?
Mm-hmm.
Get us the enemy in the palace that wants the rewards. Start using them.
You aren't here.
You hear that voice in the back of your head. Shut up, secret. So, have you looked in on the victims?
Victims
Yes.
of the burning fire?
And the lightning.
Oh,
And the other deaths.
the other deaths? Never heard anything about anybody else.
You should look into that. There are a number of people disappearing in the city. Not all of them are dying in the light.
Keep that in mind.
You should ask around in the Low City to the south.
Yeah, you can always find something interesting to talk about with the locals there.
The city guard don't tend to care too much about what happens down there.
Mm-hmm.
You might find some interesting things if you bring gifts.
Of course.
The folk there are untrusting, especially with how things have gone down lately. But if you ask around in the right places and show that you're not a threat, that you genuinely wish to help, which from the rumors I think is true,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you'll get some answers. And he slides out a coin. Good day to you.
Good day, sir.
Aren't you the one that least wants to help?
I am the one who least wants to help, but I'm always very keen for information.
You should totally take me down there. I'm great at winning people over.
I'm specifically going to avoid telling you anything about it.
That's not very nice.
Anyway, he gets up and leaves.
Yep. I will finish my meal and then make my way back home.
All right.
After I pay, of course.
You're on a dine and dasher?
No.
What kind of night cast are you? Oh, wait, it's day.
It's day, and making sure that they like you can get you some information, and information is key to survival. I should have made that one of my intimacies.
Yeah.
Always pay the tavern keeper.
So you're going to go out and buy a bow?
Yes, and pay the salt debt.
Okay.
And
So you go out to the quarry and pay.
Yeah.
The no, I can't think. The foreman is quite relieved that payment has been made. Kind of jokingly says, "Well, I was about to send some of the boys out to find you. I mean, it hadn't been that long, but with things as they are, everyone gets a bit nervous."
We only arrived last night, and I had other business that came up that we needed to take care of.
I heard some pretty dangerous things about out in the east. It seems that the dead are rising or some such.
It won't be a problem anymore.
I take it you made some pretty turn of profit out that way?
Not as much as I would have liked, but more than the locals wanted to give.
Well, that's the way to do it, isn't it? Although I suppose there was less locals there, what with the number of refugees running in.
Yes, we ran across some.
A lot of them are losing their coin now to the inns and such that are charging outrageous prices. But peace of mind is always worth the price.
It is.
I've actually been, actually due to your interest, making a bit of profit myself. He nods over there, and you notice that his pile of salt has gone down a bit. You may have been the first on the scene, but businessmen can see the way the wind blows.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to identify the turning tide. And I thank you for the extension of credit.
Come by and do business again sometime. If you're looking to set down roots and maybe expand, we also do construction on the side. I have a full crew.
Really? Well. That is excellent news. Let's see, what kind of intimacy do I want to install?
You go getting intimate with everyone.
In fact, I am going to be staying in town and putting down roots. I have some connections in the palace, and they have expressed interest in my becoming a larger part of the community. And I would very much like to have a relationship with your quarry and your workmen.
All right.
And that's essential. I'm instilling in him the intimacy that I should be his preferred fixer in government contracts and such things.
That you're an inroad to better business.
Yeah.
All right. You can have a +1 in favor since you've done business with him before. Successful business. And actually, despite what he said, probably a lot faster than he would expect your return.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a 4, 5, maybe
About a
6-day round trip. So yeah, within a week he got his money back. So yeah, he received his payment.
Yeah. When I say I can do something, it happens. And unlike Littlefinger, I don't have to borrow from the Iron Bank of Bravos to get it done.
Was useful.
It's like you don't have access to that yet.
It's true.
And besides which, if he did have access to it, the people who find it or run it would probably want his head
True.
pinned to the wall.
He did get intimate with him first.
Yeah. Uh,
2, 4, 5. Yep, 6.
Well, it was a pretty high difficulty, but you got it.
In fact, as part of this deal, once I get the sense that this was a successful endeavor, I am going to rough sketch a like a catch tether for the airships, and ask him how much he thinks something like this would cost.
After this, I think the episode's going to be over.
Yes.
And do I get the sense that he even knows what it is, and that it might cause trouble? Like
he looks over it for a while. Looks confused. Pours over it a little bit again. It's like, are you drawing like a building reaching up, or are you drawing like attached off of something?
No, he's like what I'm thinking of the easiest and fastest means of construction would be an empty field, which we just happen to have, a fresh one, and basically a tower that comes out to grab, because these are basically dirigibles or blimps. Yeah. So, and you need that
So
catch.
basically, the not that you would know this, but the World of Warcraft Zeppelin stops. Yeah, so he's kind of confused by the shape of it to some extent. He's like, well, that's a fairly tall building, and it would definitely take some time. Take at least a year's worth of work. 50 men. And he starts like rattling off this, that, and the other thing, thinking to himself, there's going to be difficulty with the snow. Eventually, he gives you a sum that equates to either a like committed 3 dots of resources for the year, or you could buy it, pay for it with 4 dots.
Okay.
You could basically lose your 3 dots of resources for the year while it's going, and get it back at the end, or it would be 4 dots of resources.
Okay. Well, that's good that it's not entirely impossible right now.
Yeah.
Does he know a good bower in Fletcher? By chance?
You have to. Well, in the Western District, where the Soldiers Board, there's bound to be a few in that area, serving the wall walkers, and then otherwise you can find most things of that sort in the Merchant District, which is where you're at.
That's right. I will check here first.
Watch out for yourself. Dangerous times. There's been a lot of killings.
Yes, sir.
I'd make sure I had fire insurance if I were you.
I do. I will take my drawing with me.
Okay. And we will, on that ominous, possibly foreshadowing note, we shall end this session. We'll see you guys again next time.
See ya.
See ya.